So let's jump into that and take a closer look at this matchup that we do have today, as it is the last hurdle to the finals. The two teams meet again. It's the classic derby. This is a big thing here in Korea. Everybody talks about Gen G versus T1, and we get it here once again. No surprise.
That's what we want. That's looking good. That's looking very close. And as you can see in the regular split, it's often T1 that finds the edge. This split included. And Gen G, they went, like a lot of our teams, through a rough patch. I think we can say this of any team that is still in the tournament between Damwon, T1 and Gen G. They've all had moments where it kind of fell apart. In Gen G, it was specifically round 2 where they really started to kind of taper down, but then the last series against Nongshim was basically returned to the Gen G of old.
Yeah, and I think there's one thing, you know, we haven't gotten to the draft yet, but if there's one thing I do not want to see, if I'm a T1 fan, it's Bdd syndrome. No. Let's just ban that out. You know,
yeah.
If you're hoping to have a chance against Bdd, that is, the guy is pretty insane, and he had a game-winning play there up against Nongshim. Teddy's return, actually. Teddy comes back into the playoffs. They bring the veteran back for the extremely high-pressure matchups, and he had a fantastic performance up against Liv Sandbox in T1's 3-0 against them in the round 1.
It was an exceptional return from Teddy, because not only did he bring the traditional Teddy strengths that we kind of gotten to associate the player with, his late-game team fighting, but also his early laning was so much more impressive. Literally got a kill, level 1, in a counter matchup that he was given. I think something that will make you really excited about today's match as well. Especially considering that for Ruler, recent match looked better again, but not the Ruler that I think we've used to see. And also we can see this in the All-Pro votes, right? It's one of the very first times that we see Ruler take a little bit of a nosedive, and that's an important matchup there in the bot lane.
Yeah. We're taking a look at Ruler versus Teddy. Note that Teddy in both 2017 and 2018, he was on Jin Air, so things have changed, I suppose. Teddy kind of getting the upper hand in recent times. As you can see, Ruler, over the course of summer, he was first when it did come to damage per minute. So even though we were saying, oh, Ruler doesn't look exactly like the, the 80 carry that he used to be, he's still good. But actually, he was exceptional when it did come to the stats. At least he was outputting a lot of damage.
And that says a lot about how high our expectations are. And I think this is something that we in the LCK in general don't really take into account. Like, context is everything. And when Ruler isn't clearly the best AD carry in the entirety of like the LCK, we're like, oh man, he's having a rough split, which that's not really reasonable. And as pointed out, I think that Teddy, I like the swap to Guma when it came to it. But I'm also exceptionally happy to see him back. He's been an incredible player, and
compared to what they have next, potentially. Here are the predictions from everybody on the crew. As you can see, we're starting off with some T1 love there. Cloud Templar goes for Gen G, but then the entire English crew over here, at least the casters, didn't get a chance to ask G-Sun. But of course, all of us did go for Gen G, various different numbers there. Biddo going for the 3-2 for T1, and you can see a lot of 3-2s and 3-1s. There are no 3-0 predictions at all. Yeah, I was calling for the Syndra, but when it comes to comfort, there's nothing better than Bdd playing Azir. As we're not going to talk about that, we're going to talk about Renekton Italy as the flash comes in and Oner picks up first blood, gets the heal in, And a couple of ranged minions are trying to be a little bit cheeky, but they cannot take down the Nidalee.
And with the empowered stun coming through from Kana, nothing he can really do. Owner barely surviving, but barely surviving is good enough when there is no recourse available.
Oh.
Follow trade.
Here we go. Life this time going to get aggressive again. The Ignite comes in, but it is a setup. Immediate flash away from Life.
Does mean that you kind of forego a lot of the laning pressure that you can have.
We're going to look here at this king. Let's go for it, he says.
끝. 살만해.
Got him. I think I'll live.
집 가볼게.
He's going to go
making
home.
Sure. Keeping his top lane body safe. As Faker doesn't get baited in, especially.
Well, you say that, but actually he does. The Vanguard's Edge comes in, and now he's trying to escape onto the minions.
T1. And this is something that T1 has done very diligently as Bdd.
This time Faker will flash.
A big ultimate, but you gotta respect Genji as well. A lot of ultimates available for them.
T1 sprinting up to this fight, and let's see it. Carrier's just gonna jump on in, but the box is getting so much value to Slicing Maelstrom as well. As here we go, frontlining are a bunch of these members of T1, but they can't get any kills. As Clid is in the backside threatening everybody. Owner not quite able to assassinate there in the front line, and here comes Bdd as well. Kana doing a good job frontlining, but can't actually get anyone. Finally!
And this is the unfortunate reality of being Rascal.
Okay, this time you don't have your flash, but he is Aurelia. Gets the stun onto Clid, as now he is going to jump in the back, and here comes Life and Ruler as well, so...
As Kana pops Dominus.
Yeah. Looking to get in there. The Lightning Rush used as the Slicing Maelstrom not going to break through the Dominus, but he has another Lightning Rush, and Kana can't quite catch up.
They clear the way first before they can roam up.
Oh, by the way, feel like I've seen this before. Not sure exactly where. Faker uses his flash, but he's still dead. And now he's 0-3, so all that excitement for Faker's Aurelia... No, and here comes Bdd. I don't even know if they saw this teleport. Here we go again. The flash comes in, predictive, and he's going to get Teddy. And how about a perfect follow-up on the death sentence? Now we got a couple people coming in, but Owner's going to get kicked in. No follow-up damage, but that is going to be fine. As now coming in here is Rascal looking for the follow-up kill, and Genji are just running T1 around the map here in game number 1. Kana might survive with the help of the blast plant, but still so much value straight goes into the pocket of Genji.
The best, you know, not always the most valuable, not always worth giving a lot up for, but if you get an amazing trade as well, who cares? This predictive flash from Bdd, knowing that Teddy's going to flash as well. The hook from Live, who honestly hasn't had the greatest half of the split, but has looked impeccable on this fresh in this series. And even the attempt at turning it around on Clid not working out at all. Rascal being very nicely positioned. And to add insult to injury, there is a teleport from Faker by the end of that.
TP, go for Varus. Follow me. No flash, no flash. Rel. That's what he said after that. And everybody's
collapse attempted, but not actually working out.
He actually hit him! And now we have the blast plant, and Owner is just done! As he does not have his flash, and Bdd picks up his 3rd kill.
They can make late-game scaling characters look like early-game powerhouses.
Yeah.
And individual plays like this, punishing overextension and attempts from T1 to try and punish someone face-checking a brush. Now Bdd getting punished. We'll see it on Vision, so maybe a collapse here.
Okay, we might have the Aurelia flank. Life in an awkward position here. The teleport is coming in. There's only 3 members of Genji right now. We got Baron going on, I believe, as Azir, Bdd, and Clid are doing Baron. Ruler and Rascal get away, and yes, Life will go down. But take a look at this. And now you just teleport up to the top side. And what are you going to do? Send in Faker alone on his teleport? No, of course not. Doesn't look like they have any idea. And Genji, they sacrifice their support for a Baron at 21 minutes.
Possibly contesting.
Here we go. Carrier's got a nice little engage. That's a lot of damage, but Bdd survives! Oh, I say that, and then he does die, actually. The shutdown does go the way of the Nidalee. Clid, not the best forward standing position here. Nearly dies himself. with 3 items, just a shuriken and a W away.
Now what?
And yeah, I mean, it's Aphelios and it's Azir. As owner trying to get in, Clid says no to that. Immediately kicks, and now, you know, why not just take an objective? We got the crash down in the Magnet Storm, though, as the stopwatch is huge to keep life alive. And it doesn't look like they have enough damage, although you see Kana's trying to get it done. Teddy with a nice couple of moves, but Ruler is the real problem here. He's still alive with full health, full mana, and even Bdd is going to live after his own Zhonya's.
The amount of dominance that they have, and even though this is a gorgeous engage from Carrier, it ties into the issue that we set up earlier. It doesn't matter if you don't get everyone. And the only one that you really get here, or yeah, it's nice that you get Clid, that life goes low immediately, but Rascal can ult immediately Zhonya's. Ruler, not afraid at all. Bdd, not hit at all. And as long as those two stay alive with some semblance of the Clid or the fresh in terms of defense, there's no play.
야, 쿼드라. He wanted the quadra kill. Yeah, maybe you need all 5 of them. As, okay, Faker is going to find a little angle here on the Clid. Just gets picked immediately into all the damage of Gen G and just gets punished. Tries to recreate the Bdd flank. Doesn't quite work out as well when you're this far behind. As, yeah, Gen G's gonna push on in and are looking to take down the Nexus turrets. That Moonlight Vigil, we'll just pretend that didn't happen. Ruler's had a good game outside of that one maneuver. And as the play is here, the Magnet Storm does nothing, and Teddy, he can't even win against the Sand Soldiers right now. As in we go, Rascal diving, trying to go for a little bit of mental warfare. He's, of course, got 2 stasises ready to go for the dive.
우리 타워 치면서 그냥 오른쪽. 레인 노플. 이레인 노플.
타워 쳐, 그냥 타워 쳐. 나 좀 볼게.
그래 좀 볼게. 끝. 레인 막아줄 수 있어요. 바로 나.
레부터.
레부터 쳐.
나 펜타각인데? 안 돼.
이래.
이제 이미 잡았어, 이래요. 죽여.
들어왔다 나오긴 해.
깔끔하게 가자.
잠깐 렌즈 깨졌다.
깨져.
앞에 죽여. 나이스.
깨져.
깨지 마요.
단판도 깔끔하게 갑시다.